I was mentioning to all in the beginning that there were jackpot parlors, there are jackpot parlors, and there are these online gaming parlors which have been functioning from Police Bazaar, Polo, and other parts of Shillong city for a very long time, almost 25 years and more. And this has been going on even before, this government and previous governments were there. So, therefore, there was a need to regulate these parlors. And they were not paying taxes either. So, we had to bring them within the tax scam. And that's the reason that this existing gaming parlors, as I said, there's no question of new parlors coming up. This existing ones is a question of regulating them. So therefore, this has been done with the pure intention of ensuring that a regulation is there to regulate these things. That's what the government does. Government regulates. We need to regulate this. Now, that's the first part. And therefore, the objective and the genesis of this entire act was to allow the government to regulate and tax existing jackpot parlors and gaming parlors, which have been in existence in Shillong and other towns for the past 25 years. Now comes the second part, which is to see how we can expand and see how we can get revenue for the state. And I've been maintaining again and again that we need to balance out between the impact on society and as well as we need to see the revenues for the state. We need to explore ways in which we can get additional revenue. So, therefore, there has been a thought in our system and the government that if we can increase the revenue for the state by ensuring that certain zones which are away from the city and away from the main part of our state and more towards cities like Guwahati and bordering Khanapara, if zones can be created there, we can get the best of both sides, where the revenue also comes to our state. And you're talking revenues, when I say revenues, I'm talking about hundreds of crores. I'm not talking 10, 15 crores. Hundreds of crores of revenue can come, which will again help us in addressing so many of our infrastructural issues and also running costs that we need. So we are examining on that line also. But let me give assurance to everybody that we have no intention that these kind of casinos type of things should come up anywhere in or around major towns and cities and areas where we have large population of ours should come up at all. So we are very clear on that. But if there is a way in which we can get a revenue, at the same time we can also ensure that we don't allow it to be part of Shillong and other major towns so that our youths are not impacted. And if we can ensure that the youth don't play, and in fact, none of the citizens of Meghalaya should be allowed to play. So we're examining all those aspects. But the question of repealing the act, as I said, because there are two parts to it. So the first part has to be done. Whether we expand or not is a separate question. But the regulation of the existing ones is necessary. If you look at it, there has been a history where multiple activities, whether it's tir and other forms of gambling, have been there in our state of Meghalaya. And a lot of people are already in it, and it's acceptable by society. It's not something that is going against things. I think when it comes to a new game like like the term that you want to use is casinos and all. I think the apprehension may be there from society that other factors, other elements, could impact. So I'm presuming that there's a chance that they are not so worried about the gambling part as such, but the other social impact it could have on society at large. So therefore, your apprehensions and your questions are right. But for that, we are very much open to dialogue. We're very much open to discuss. We're very much open to finding a way so that we can move ahead in a way where we can address the concerns that they may have and see if we can find a way where the state can earn revenue, because let me be very frank, we do need revenues. We are a revenue deficit state. We depend largely on the income and the taxes that come from central government. And if that is the case, then we'll have a huge problem in the coming days and years, where even from the point of mining, our revenues have gone down, and so many other activities are coming up. So therefore, funds are required to run all of this, and so we will examine that.